Assaulted by head-splitting pain, I opened my eyes. I realized I had collapsed face down in the middle of my room. I tried to get up, but as I did, pain raced through me, as if my headache had infected the rest of my body, and I immediately moaned and borderline fainted in agony. What the hell happened? After about 5 minutes worth of writhing around, when the pain had started to subside immediately, I grabbed one of the legs of my bed to pull myself up. I used a hand to wipe the greasy sweat off my forehead. The room was in a disastrous state, as if a storm had passed through it. All of my brides, who had been lined up on the shelf, were now toppled over, or had fallen to the floor. The bed was tilted, and the manga volumes and arrogate packages piled up on it had come tumbling down, scattering across the floor. What the hell had happened? I don't know about your headache and such, but some kind of white light happened in the sky and then an earthquake hit. If I remembered correctly, someone had called me, let me pass that plate through the phone, and as before, it had transformed into something like an ambulance siren by the end. Right. I'd heard the ground roar at the same time as the buzzer sounded, and immediately afterward, I'd be consumed by the sensation that my entire body was boiling and melting. I had absolutely no memory of whatever came next. My mind went blank. I mean, this is so similar to what the people in the park had, but also the people in the classroom who were just in pain. Is that just some kind of white noise that's making them crazy, like in Fallout? Couldn't be electromagnetic attack by Shogun. Maybe Shogun was capable of carrying out the same sorts of things as the system described in the patent I'd found earlier. Such thoughts made me shudder. And during that, my headache, I looked up at the ceiling. I didn't see anything there, of course. If you were recording my thoughts, it'd be from a satellite distant upper atmosphere orbit.
いくらなんでもそんなはずないよ。
It's so weird, I don't even know how everything is connected. Like I summed up before, it was about 6 plot lines that are going parallel same time. But judging by Senna's tone when she told me all those things, it almost sounded like the system in that patent had already been put into actual use and was being abused by certain people. And one of those certain people was Shogun. No, that's impossible. Whatever the case, it was way too much of a logical leap. I mean, what if the Shogun we saw was not the actual Shogun, but the image that he projects into people's heads? I mean, it's the same Shogun that apparently forced that 5 people to jump from that high building. And if he really was like an old man into a wheelchair, he wouldn't be strong enough to force people to do so. I don't even know what's going on. An old man who looked like he might kill over any minute now couldn't have privately access for an orbital satellite. Oh, I just wondered the same. What did it mean he had to be one of the key people in some kind of governmental project? Scaring myself with my own delusions wouldn't change anything. It was the fact that something had occurred. So I figured I would look it up online. I crawled up to my PC, my head throbbing.
あれ
I was positive I'd let it on, which meant it wouldn't make any sense if my Saratan screensaver weren't being displayed on the monitor, but the screen was pitch black. I hadn't set it to automatically enter standby on its own. It shouldn't have ended up like this, but my consciousness was clouded. My body remained limp. It was a struggle just to stand. Clenching my teeth to put up with it, I moved the mouse. No reaction. Power outage? Next, I tried pressing the power button. My hard disk started making a crunching sound. I plumped myself deep into my chair. As I waited for the PC to start up, I reached urgently for my cell phone, which still sat where I left it on the table. I checked the time.
13時
Before I received a phone call, I was browsing through info about ISA and Achen. What time had it been again? When I put my head to work, the stabbing pain grew harsher. What time had it been? Think. Remember? It had definitely... Yeah. It shouldn't have been noon yet. Which meant...
1時間以上も気絶してた。
Or else... Like a sleepwalker, I'd be drifting around somewhere for an hour.
僕は無遊病じゃない。
I shook my head to keep my thoughts from sinking in a negative direction again. The resulting pang made my field of sight waver dizzily. It was as if a lump of lead had been stuffed into the center of my head. I took a glance at the monitor.
おい、マジで
A RIP PC? Could it possibly be a hard disk error?
嘘だ。そんなのありえない。あっちゃダメだ。そんなことになったら全てが終わる。
My gigs of 18 plus Moe artwork, my Erica save data, my bookmarks to the sites I made the rounds of on a daily basis, my moon attendance shift chart, and more than anything, that which was more important to me than anything, my ESO save data. Does this mean that anything and everything had vanished? I wanted to scream and cry in frustration. I wanted to bang at the keyboard. I wanted to kick the wall. And even now, I wanted to make sure of whether or not a restoration was possible. And my body felt as heavy as always, and my headache wouldn't recede. And it was all that I could do. Simply just sit limply in my chair and bite my lip. It was over. My life was over. The deletion of my ASO data meant I no longer had any reason to live. Everything stopped mattering to me. It had all burned away. Just kill me.
待ってタッキー
Saratan, lying falling over on my desk, sounds like an angel and spoke to me gently.
冷静になりなよ。円数みたいなオンラインのゲームってセーブデータは全部サーバーに保存されてるんじゃない？
By servers, you mean the company's administrative servers?
だからたとえタッキーの PC が壊れてもナイトハルトッチのデータは消えてないはずっしょ。
Oh yeah. Thanks to my misty consciousness, I'd forgotten something that basic. I felt like I discovered a single ray of hope in the midst of despair. Just what I expect from my wife. I regretted the loss of my precious Moe illustration collection and MP3s, which I hadn't backed up, but I had no choice except to give them up. Even so, I wanted to commence the work of reinstalling my OS as soon as I could. I also wanted to confirm the safety of my ESO safe data with my own eyes as soon as possible. Although before anything else happened, I needed the headache currently torturing me to subside. Just hoping that his PC is just working normally, but this is just a delusion with his altered perception or something. But I very much doubt that this pain would do me the favor of disappearing anytime soon. It was typical for commercials or famous singers' music videos that would be playing on the Jumbotron located near the Shibuya Station Plaza. Currently projected on it, however, was a solemn face of a female newscaster. It was a special TV broadcast, and on the upper left field hand side were displayed sensational words. Earthquake in Shibuya, with 200 casualties. Earthquakes were never occurred in Japan. Even in the capital metropolitan area, magnitude 5 earthquakes were known to have taken place myriad times. As the mass media gathered information, it became clear that this earthquake in particular had produced a bizarrely large number of casualties. Its strangeness was especially apparent when no one compared it to the magnitude 5 earthquake in 2005, which had resulted in 0 casualties. On top of all things, the earthquake had centered around Shibuya, the subject of close scrutiny throughout Japan, thanks to Ninja cases. The earthquake also has happened in Shibuya about 3 months ago. 8 deaths had emerged at the time, despite the fact that it was only a magnitude 3 earthquake. Still almost sounds like some murders or deaths are just covered up by the earthquake. Have Shibuya as cursed? People who laid eyes on initial reports about the new earthquake may have not been given voice to this, but all of them certainly thought this. In any case, all the individual stations began broadcasting special programming almost as soon as the earthquake started. Information was currently complicated, and though the full count remained unclear, the female newscaster read after her notes stating, no voice? Okay. According to an announcement by the Fire and Disaster Management Agency, 31 fatalities have been confirmed at present, and it is believed that the number will continue to rise. Furthermore, the cause of death is currently unknown. Additionally, news kept coming in about the mysterious white light that had attacked Shibuya, and an ensuing shockwave and a transformation of the sky from blue to white. Cameras are fixed at regular points throughout Shibuya's pedestrian scramble that caught that light on tape, and the Jumbotron kept playing a film where the screen went completely white as the earthquake ended. This is clearly not a normal earthquake. This coloration that had begun together with the earthquake had at first been more of a shivering light than simply white. Could it be that the transition... sorry about that yawn. The transition from blue to white light is possibly an experiment carried out. I'm just throwing out paranoid theories here. Like when they're testing this patent and trying to alter people's perception on a large scale. Maybe everyone in Shibuya saw that. Shibuya had momentarily been enveloped in the flash whose brightness stopped everyone from opening their eyes. It is for an earlier and more warlike era. People would doubtless have imagined it to be a nuclear weapon. There was someone who actually spotted a white mushroom cloud floating several hundred meters above Shibuya, though it soon disappeared. No one had yet any idea about the source of the light, what it might have been, or how it had been related to the earthquake. Seriously, the white night sky returned to its original color in less than an hour. Now the air above the people of Shibuya was covered in a somber blue, though nothing had happened. This was of Logan Hill bore extremely minuscule fissures, each of them hardly more than a millimeter. Moreover, mixed-use buildings and other structures in the shopping center has also grown diminutive crevices on the surfaces of their walls. I was about to say, hey, yes, the PC is working, but my headache still wouldn't let up. It had taken close to 2 hours to reinstall my OS. Midway through, pain had made me lose consciousness a number of times. I dozed off as a computer before. This was the first time I actually passed out. Even so, pain had mostly retreated compared to the 2 hours earlier. I thought about drinking some coke and mustered my energy. I returned my toppled bed to its original position and cleared some space on the floor to walk around in. Doing these things took considerable effort due to how my body refused to work up any strength. I couldn't be able to leave the room if I didn't clean up. It'd be the worst if, during Shogun's next attack, although I didn't know if it were actually him or not. I felt myself trapped in here. I couldn't run away. I needed to guarantee myself an escape route. In any case, once I'd finished rearranging things and reformatting my OS, swiftly finished my PC and installed ESO, I attempted logging into Baselat.
やった。やった。ナイトハルトは消えてない。装備とかも全部無事だ。よかった。よかった。
My excess of emotion almost drove me to leap from my chair and pump a fist into the air, but even that was exhausting, and I stopped myself halfway. Even so, I was overjoyed to be able to meet my alter ego again, after thinking he had disappeared forever. Let's see. If I were you, I really should. I don't know. Buy an external hard disk. Now that I was relieved, I started wanting to find out what on earth had happened in the first place. It was enough to give me the urge to sue someone for damages. And it seems like an earthquake, but that alone left too many things unexplained. Yeah, this definitely doesn't look like a air quotations normal earthquake. I checked to see if Grim were in Baselat, but I couldn't find him. I tried going to a usual chat room. A bookmark for it had disappeared, so it took a while to find. Grim wasn't there either. Was it him vanishing on me at such a critical time? I had no recourse but to open the Taboo homepage. There was some news headline with over 200 casualties in Shibuya. Over 300 injured, magnitude 5 earthquake in the Kanto area. Apparently, an earthquake had occurred after all, magnitude 5. The number of casualties was awfully high. The chances were strong that it would continue to mount, even beyond 200. There were also reports that the sky over Shibuya had temporarily turned white, and that a vast mushroom cloud had risen, but no one seemed to be aware of how these were connected to the earthquake. I still think that it's some kind of Nozomi experiment, that people who saw that mushroom cloud just as a mass illusion or a mass hallucination. That bounced over it on Edge channel as well, with a lot of people posting threads like, Shibuya again, and Shibuya's over, isn't it? Videos had been uploaded, once that showed film from the traffic cameras at the pedestrian scramble.
これ地震だけじゃないよね。
There's definitely something else going on. At the time, I'd been attacked by a horrible headache. It wasn't even at a level where you could call it a headache. It had felt like though the inside of my skull was boiling. And even now, 2 hours later, it still left a pulsing pain and a limp heaviness behind in my body.
電子レンジに閉じ込められたらあんな風になるかもしれない。
When I thought of it that way, I had a sense that maybe there were no delusions about it being electromagnetic attack. I don't even know how that was so hard to. I don't even know how it was so hard to pronounce. Attacks by Shogun were completely mistaken. Something else is going on, definitely. Right then, I heard a familiar noise from my PC. It was the sound that rang out whenever someone entered the chat room. Maybe Grim had entered. Beckoning, I would ask him for the details. I flicked my eyes towards the chat window. I'm calling that it's Shogun. Hi. It was to be expected. And thinking shriek spilled from my throat when I saw that name. Such impeccable timing. Couldn't it be that he was really peeping in my thoughts? The hand gripping my mouse quivered. I was so terrified that I went rigid, leaving the pain in my head to straight away. Even though I hated merely looking at the word Shogun, I couldn't rip my eyes away from the monitor. I wanted to leave the chat room, but I had received such a shock that it was as though my body had been cut away from my consciousness and I couldn't control the mouse. A prickling sensation at the back of my neck. Someone was watching me again. God's gaze. Rather than anything resembling God, it might in fact be the gaze Shogun sent down from the satellite's orbit. I wanna run away. But where to? It catch me no matter where I fled in Japan. Long time no see. That was the first thing he said. With the lightness of someone greeting a friend he hadn't come across for a while. But I had absolutely zero recollection of being friendly with him. I was left to chew at my lip and watch the words displayed on the monitor. I suppose the Shogun galvanized me, letting my petrified body move freely again. I soon looked for my cell phone. Just a little past 3. Classes might still be going on. Even so, surely Remy would do something about it for me. I had to believe this. I picked Remy's cell phone number out of the short list of items recorded in my address book.
助けて、リミ。リミ、早く。出て。
Evil, Shogun is like, you hate me. It's hard to breathe, I couldn't think about anything calmly. Remy wouldn't pick up. Beyond the phone, the moment the sound of my call was to her went on ringing. Why now? Didn't you always come to realize in front of me whenever I found myself in trouble? Why now of all times? Sent. Did he feel like sending me another one of those? And this time he set me up as a real NinjaPoe for sure. No, I don't want that. I'm not a criminal. Felt like I'd become a fish stranded on land. I wasn't getting enough oxygen. My head went fuzzy. Maybe it was my last hope. Gripping the phone harder and harder, I concentrated all my attention on the other end of the line, as though praying. It went through.
助けて。
留守番電話サービスにおつなぎします。
Damn voicemail! Voicemail? No. Wished I ended the call. I'd be delighted if it pleases you. I have my arms. I chose red. Yeah, and get ready for some horror stuff, I guess. At some point, my body had started trembling. I dreaded Shogun even more than I thought. Of course I did. He was a serial killer who caused 5 incredibly cruel incidents while pretending to be disabled. And it was his next mark.
助けてよ。
Uh-oh. The sound of someone banging on the door came just then, as if they had waited for the right timing.
リミ。
It was Remy. Remy had come for me after all. I don't think so. Prepare for a jump scare, I guess. Feeling as though my salvation had arrived, I headed for the door. But I stopped partway there. Why was she pounding so hard?
リミ。
I tried calling out to the person behind the door. Knocking sound stopped at once. Silence. No reply. Give me some kind of answer. Why won't you say anything?
リミ。なんでしょう。答えてよ。
Not offering a reply, they started hammering at the door again. This is really creeping me out. Doesn't
誰だ。誰なんだ。
I'm hoping it's an enemy. Surely not Shogun. Once I started harboring suspicions, I just cautiously opened the door and determined I stood beyond it. I retreated slowly until I at last hit the backrest of my chair. Knocking went on and on all the while. Somebody kept on knocking. No, it wasn't just that. The sound of knocking began reverberating from the side walls and the ceiling as well. The person outside wasn't alone.
誰だよ。
Unable to stand down my fear, I shouted. And as if in reaction to my voice, the sound stopped at once. I wanted to flee. I wanted to run away. I wanted to go as far away from this place immediately. But how? Surely there was a mystery group surrounding the container house and from outside. Messages began to resonate again. This time, rather than the knocking sound, it was the unpleasant sound of fingernails scratching. Being able to see my opponent's arms only strengthens my fear. I know this is a delusion since I clicked red, but I don't even know what's really going on. Any children had instigated them, and I couldn't imagine what these people were arresting me from a single vault with away. Possibly a good life. Goosebumps stood all over me, revulsion heightened my nausea. I covered my eyes hard.
やめてよ許してよ